3 months, come back home. Italy, if you're out of the EU, 6 months, come back home. I'm online. I'm on live. Okay, okay, okay. Hey, Sam Chi. Yeah, greetings to you all, wherever you may be listening. Yes, today I'll be treating the great Article 13 of the Presidential Decree, Paragraph 4. This sounds like Judgment Day for all migrants who have left Italy. Yes, doom time, right? Okay, if you're here for the first time, why don't you subscribe? Because here I get information like this that will keep you trail informed, data transform. Information is power. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, you don't still know. But with you, surely you will know. You will know. Yeah, put the like, okay? That's the only way you can show me love. All right. And also, thanks to all those who have been subscribing, supporting this channel. Remember to spread the gospel of Chi on WhatsApp, also on Facebook, so that they will also know that I'm here doing what I know how to do best. Yes, according to that Article 13 of the Presidential Decree, Paragraph 4, this paragraph actually is talking about migrants, duration at which you can stay out of Italy, or else it will spell doom on you. Yeah, horror when you come to renew at the questura. Yes, types of document, right? Different types of document, just name it. Anything called permesso di soggiorno, whether it is case speciale, humanitarian, any 2 years, 1 year, 5 years document, even carta soggiorno, which has expiry date now, or illimitata. You know, some have not yet renewed it or updated it. So, well, that is it. So, do you know all of them have duration at which you can stay out of Italy? Well, let me tell you. You will say, yeah, I know someone, or this one knows someone who has gone to renew and have overstayed and they still renewed it. Yes, some questorians don't check those details, you know, the territorial commission, because when you go to renew, they send every of your information back to the commission, you know, territorial commission, to give them the permission to renew. So sometimes they don't go through those details. They just go ahead and they are kind of lenient. They are not that hard people. So if your questura is nice, they will not check. But let me tell you, some questuras have started looking into those details now. So that's why if you are out of Italy for a long time, then be careful. You better start rethinking and retracing back your footsteps back to Italy. And this is also the reason why some people cannot also apply carta soggiorno, because they have overstayed the periods they are not allowed to stay. So when they now come to apply, man, they check their traveling record, they see a lot of traveling history. Let me tell you, you'll be like, how did they know? Yes, because when you are traveling, you bought tickets with your document, your sojourner or identity card or your passport. So whenever you buy tickets like that, all those things are registered in their database. So just putting down your name or codice fiscale, every detail about you appears in their system. So you cannot trick them because everything is unified here. So that is it. So that's how they normally know. Let me tell you, you'll be like, I know a friend who has been away for like 2-3 years, nothing happened. Yes, he did not, or she did not tell you the real truth. Some of them normally pay some guys with private cars or those kind of buses, you know, that maneuver the system. They don't even allow you to buy with your document. You just pay them the money and they just drive you down there to that country. So those kind of people, how will the government of Italy know that they are away, since they didn't buy the ticket with their documents? So they will never know. So that is it. So you cannot compare yourself with them, and they themselves will never tell you how they did it. That is how tricky some migrants could be. They will not tell you. They'll just say, hey, come over, forget about those things. It doesn't work. So you would think it's the same thing, and you just go and buy tickets with your documents, and the rest of them, whether it's identity card or your sojourner or passport, they will still find out, and now you have landed yourself in a big mess. All right, so now which are these documents which I'm talking about? Okay, let's talk about the 1 year document. If your document is of 1 year, you should not stay out of Italy more than 6 months. Yes, more than 6 months. Anything more than 6 months, you think you want to come back and renew, right? Man, that is when they will tell you, man, you can't, you have overstayed. It cannot equally be extended or renewed. So let me tell you, one of the things they will ask you to prove is the reason why you overstayed. So it must be something serious, health condition, anything serious, anything of urgent, importance, you can just you have to bring the proof, like a document proof to back it up. So when you bring those proof, like let's say you are trying to tell them your father was ill, you have to stay back and look after him, or your child, or whatever, or your wife or husband. So you have to bring that medical report that states so. Or maybe you want to say you had an accident, you have to bring the medical report, the police report, all these things you have to bring to back it up. So when they get to look at it, then that's the questura, right? Some you can even apply it through your lawyer. So when they look at it, they cannot pardon you and go ahead and renew it. So you must always have a concrete proof whenever you see that you have overstayed. So that is it for 1 year documents, people with 1 year permits. Okay, so if you have a 2 years permit, like those who have converted to 2 years, or case specially of 2 years, or protectionist specially of 2 years, let me tell you, you cannot stay out of Italy more than 1 year. That is what they said there in the presidential decree, paragraph 4, article 13. Okay, so you cannot stay more than 1 year. So the same thing applies to you. You have to bring proof why you overstayed, and like I said previously, it must be something of urgency, importance, critical, life-threatening. You have to bring a documented proof about them, whether it's relating to you or to your child, wife, husband, family member. You have to prove it, something that made you stay back until that time, or maybe natural disaster could have made you also stay back. Or maybe there was war, rioting, anything that is strong proof. So you can apply that through your lawyer, or you present it straight to the questura. But remember, when getting that document from the country where you overstayed, whether it is in one country that is not in EU, or in back home in your Africa or Asia, or you're in America, or you have to bring the proof from there, back it up strongly. Or maybe there was an outbreak of disease like corona, any outbreak of disease, or there was war, those things could limit your chances of coming back. Okay, so you have to also legalize that document. Take it to your foreign affairs ministry, legalize it. It has to be legalized, authenticated, translated as well to Italian language when bringing those kind of evidence that you have. All right, so let's move to Carta Soggiorno. According to the law of Carta Soggiorno, you are not allowed to stay out of Italy. Out of Italy. You have to know, there are countries in the EU. You have to, sometimes some countries leave the EU, like UK did, while some still coming to the EU. So you have to always check your Google to know which countries have left and which one have stayed, so that you may not be in UK thinking they are still in the EU and still stay there and say, they said I can stay up to 6 years, not knowing that you have killed yourself. Because now, according to the Carta Soggiorno law, which permits you to stay away from Italy, let's say you are in Germany, France, Spain, Austria, these countries in the EU, you can only stay 6 years. Yes, after 6 years, then you have to come back and update or mark present, because every 5 years you have to go and update your information if you want, like your photo, your new address, if you have a new child, phone number, email. You can go and update those things, according to what they said. But now, let's say you're in a country which is no longer in the EU, or you are back home in your country, Africa or Asia or America, anyway. You are not allowed to stay more than 12 months, 12 whooping hot months. You have to remember that you should not stay more than that. If you stay more than that, then you are likely to lose your document, your Carta Soggiorno. That is your residence permit, the one they call 00. Yes, so have it at the back of your mind. But notwithstanding, you can always want to prove why you overstayed at any point in time. Okay, you have to prove it religiously. Okay, so else they will take it away from you, and then you will remain without permesso di soggiorno. Okay, and limiting your chances to even apply for citizenship. These things are a problem. So don't say, forget about what this guy is saying. My friend says so, my friend said that. Don't listen. Come on, go and check the article 13 of the presidential decree, paragraph 4. Read it for yourself and be enlightened. Okay, knowledge is power. All right, so that is all you need to know about these documents. Okay, so tell a friend to tell a friend that, hey, look, this is a new deal. So your questura is still renewing, no problem, but be careful. They could still change their mind and start looking into those details. So if you're having the carta, you have to still prove your reason why you overstayed, like urgent reason, serious, critical, life-threatening, all those things. You have to prove them, bring documented evidence. But they could look into it and they could want to pardon you. If you want to go through a lawyer, get a good lawyer. Well, you know what I mean? Good lawyer. That will help you do the appeal things when it gets to the court. Also write to the questura. So it has to be something strong. You have to prove to them. All right. So that is it that you need to know, so that you will not get your documents seized by the questuras. You know, those guys in the questura, when it's time to renew, a lot of people are scared. I'm telling you, why it's always time to renew sojourner, people are scared. So if you don't want to put yourself in hot fire, judgment day, come back home. If you know you have overstayed, start thinking of what to do just in case they tell you to bring the proof why you overstayed. And you know you're buying with your tickets with your document, passports, ID. You're buying tickets with those things. Maybe you're traveling by train or by bus or by air, by the sea. You know, some travel like to Spain. You can go by the ferry or those boats that can take you there. So you did those things with your passports or your ID or your documents. So don't say they want to know. They will know. So that is all I have to say. A word is enough for the wise. I'm out of here, man. I'm Chi. Yours ever truly. Please show me love by liking my video. Share to friends on WhatsApp, Facebook. And let's in the comment section. Keep it clean, man. Out of here, man. I'm Chi. Ciao.